I've got a company that's actually in the drone space. We're not manufacturing, but we're advising big corporations on their acquisition strategy. Because, it's really interesting how technology is always both overhyped and underutilized at the same time. And drones are definitely in that category. But the companies are now beginning to properly register that having command and control of data from an aerial perspective is incredibly valuable, especially if you're running remote assets. And I personally think that the value of a remote asset, whether that's a mining site in South America or a farm in Africa, it goes up dramatically when you know that you can look at it whenever you want and measure it whenever you want. This is not like the old days where you had to rely on someone on the ground telling you, and they were like, oh yeah, everything's fine, but they were down at the bar. Yeah, now you can really see what is the actual situation right now. And so in that sense, drones are literally like prosthetics. They're an extension of your sensory capability. And that's the right way to think about those robotic tools rather than as a thing that just delivers a beer across a golf course, But I've got another project that I'm working on that I'm very excited about, which I can't announce yet, but it's going to be in the engine space. And again, the amount of innovation going on.
Cold fusion? Are we talking cold fusion here?
No, not cold fusion. No, but that's very interesting. Anyway, and I've got another thing I haven't properly announced yet, but it's a startup that I'm doing that has to do with bringing together people who are very brilliant and at the cutting edge of their field and allowing them to come together and work with companies to innovate in terms of diversity of thinking. And I think that's a huge space, because the old model of like the LinkedIn model is you live a life where you have one job and then you sequentially have another job and then you have sequentially another job and you have this thing called a career path. And this has been blown away. And what people now have is a portfolio of different risk ventures that they're all pursuing at the same time. And people who are really switched on have a range of different interests. And more companies are saying, I don't want to hire all these people full time. I don't want them on my staff, but I do want to bring them together, solve a problem, disperse, come together again with a new problem. And that's what we'll be doing.